unit, these are the topics that is we discussed something about the regular expressions. For smaller regular expressions, we saw how to construct automata that we discussed. If you're having a notebook, you just go through that. And then we saw the equivalence of finite automata and the regular expressions. That is how to convert, that only we were discussing, how to convert a regular expression into epsilon NFA. We used a problem called as Thompson's construction. We use the Thompson's construction method to convert regular expression into an epsilon NFA. We constructed the diagrams step by step. And then converting an automata into a regular expression, that only we discussed in the last class. Okay, converting a regular expression into, converting a DFA into a regular expression. And we saw the equivalence diagram also, how to convert one into another like that. And these two topics, proving languages not to be regular and the closure properties of regular languages, we will see in the next week. Okay, so today or tomorrow we can see that. And today we are going to discuss about one more problem in this topic, last topic, equivalence and minimization of automata. Okay, so today we are going to see problem in converting DFA into regular expression, the second topic, and then one problem in finding the equivalence and minimization of automata. Okay, so these two problems you are going to solve. Once again, I'm telling you, sit comfortably with your notebook so that you are going to solve the problem carefully, step by step. So last class we discussed this one. I want to just tell a recap of what we saw in the last class. Then I'll go for a problem. Okay, in converting a DFA into regular expression. Okay, so last class we saw this. Do you remember? I'll just tell you the gist of how to solve this problem, and we'll straight away go into a new problem. Okay, so you are having a DFA diagram here. I hope everybody is ready and listening. Shall we start? Because one time I'm going to tell here, and then straight away we are going for a problem. Last class we are solving one problem, and one more problem I just quickly told the steps alone. So today we'll take some more time to solve a new problem. Okay, so to begin with, you will be given a DFA diagram. Okay, you'll be given a DFA diagram, and we are asked to construct a regular expression for that. Okay, your question will be like convert the given DFA into a regular expression. So for that we used one formula called as Rij. Rij is equal to, like that we defined a formula, and we use the principle of mathematical induction, and in the basis step we took k as 0. Okay, initially we took k as 0, and we assume that there are no intermediate states. So k defines the number of intermediate states. Okay, already I've written this problem. Now you don't write anything. All of you don't write anything. This problem you already written. Have just to revise in your notebook. Take the same problem. Take this problem in your notebook and just follow me. Okay. So in the first step we took k as 0, and it means that there are no intermediate states. And we found out the smallest regular expressions out of this DFA. Okay, that is R11. So the subscript 1 and 1, it denotes, we can write it as Rij. The general form is Rij. I defines the source and J defines the destination. That is from which node to which node. Okay, from ith node to jth node, we are going to traverse. Okay, from I to J, what is the connectivity and what is the regular expression defining the connection between ith node I and node J. Okay, so that is defined by this R11. Okay, from node 1 to node 1, like that. Okay, so we'll be finding all possible combinations. So you'll have R11, R12, R21, and R22. 4 possible combinations are possible when you're having 2 states. Okay, and this superscript is going to be 0 because your k is 0. At the first step or the basis step, we take k as 0 and we find out the regular expressions. Okay, so R11 defines from node 1 to 1 what is the connectivity. So from node 1 to 1 you have an edge labeled as 1, So we'll be writing 1 here. And for R12 of 0, from 1 to 2, you have 0. Okay. And then you have 0 here. And then R21 of 0, from 2 to 1, if there are any connectivity, you have to write the label. Otherwise, if there are no connectivity between node 2 and 1, from 2 to 1, if there are any connectivity, you can write the regular expression. Okay, whatever you're writing, it is the regular expression. So if from 2 to 1, if there are no connection, you can write it as a null. So R21 is null. You don't have any connection from 2 to 1. And R22 is from 2 to 2, you have an edge labeled as 0, 1. So if you are having more symbols in your edge, you can write it as 0 plus 1. Okay, your symbols must be separated by a plus. It means union, 0 or 1. The plus defines union. Okay, so 0 or 1. And along that, I told you one more thing. Whenever your I and j, they are same, you have to include epsilon also. Okay, so for R11 and for R22, you will have epsilon also. Okay, so this is the thing for your basis step. Okay, so therefore we wrote R1, for R11 we wrote epsilon plus 1, since I and j they are same. Similarly for R22 we wrote epsilon plus 0 plus 1. Epsilon is written since I and j they are same, 2 and 2. Okay, and then for the other steps what we did, we used our formula. For other steps like k is equal to 1, 2, 3. So how many level we have to find out? It depends on your given DFA. If there are 2 states, you have to find out till k is equal to 2. Okay, for k is equal to 0, you found 4 regular expressions. For k is equal to 1, you have to find 4 regular expressions. For k is equal to 2, you have to find out 4 regular expressions. Okay, and use this formula, that is Rij of k is equal to Rij of k minus 1. That is the previous level. For at level k, we use the regular expressions that we defined in the earlier stage. At k is equal to 0, we have found 4 expressions, is it not? That we will use here. Therefore, in the right hand side, you will have k minus 1 as the superscript. Okay, so you have Rij of 0 plus Ri1 of 0. So your k, it is substituted. For k, you have to substitute 1. For I, it depends on your formula. For R11 of 1, I is 1, j is 1, k is also 1. Just substitute the values of I, j and k. I'll read out this formula once again. Rij of k is equal to Rij of k minus 1 plus, you have a plus here, and then you have Rik, kk and kj. Okay, Rik, kk and kj. And for Rkk of k minus 1, you will have a star. It means that we are doing repetition. It means this level, in this intermediate state k, we are repeating some number of times. Imagine we are repeating, or if we are having a self loop in state k, okay, we are repeating some number of times. Therefore, we are having a star here. So after substitution, we find out all these 4 values. We do substitution. Okay, we do substitution. We find out these regular expressions. And we saw in the last class about some minimization, how to do minimization. We saw these simplification rules. Whenever you're having epsilon with r enclosed by a star, you can leave that epsilon. Okay, whenever you're having epsilon enclosed with a star, you leave that epsilon and write this regular expression r star. Therefore, we can write epsilon plus 1 star as 1 star. Here I told you that when you are able to derive this epsilon also from this 1 star, your minimization is correct. Okay, so from your 1 star, it denotes 0 or more occurrences of 1. So your language will be L is equal to epsilon 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, like that. So you have epsilon also in this 1 star. So you can do this minimization. You can leave this epsilon and simply you can write 1 star. It denotes epsilon also. Okay, it also includes epsilon in itself. And then this expression, epsilon plus 1 the whole star, it can also be written as 1 star, because you can derive both epsilon and also 1 here. Okay, and null when it comes in concatenation, I told you that you can write it as null when it comes in concatenation, that is null concatenated with a regular expression, either to the left hand side or right hand side. If you are having a null in a regular expression, you can write the entire expression as null. We can do minimization like this. And then if you're having union, if you're having null in union means either null or r. Your meaning is either null or r can come. In that case, you just drop that null alone and write the regular expression here. Okay. And some more regular expressions are about this. null star is equal to epsilon we saw, and then this expression 0 plus 1 star 0. So when you are having expressions like this 0 plus 1 star 0, take the larger expression and check whether you can derive the smaller expression also. So in 1 star 0, that is from 1 star 0, whether we are able to derive 0 also, like that we have to analyze. If you are able to derive, you can take the larger expression as your answer. Okay, so 1 star 0 means for 1 star you can apply epsilon, is it not? When you are applying epsilon, you will get this 0. So in that case, I'll use the larger expression here. So after minimization, you just check whether from this 1 star 0, whether you are able to derive both this 0 and 1 star 0. The regular expression separated by plus. Both the regular expression must be able, you must be able to derive. Okay, so when I'm writing an epsilon for this 1 star, you will get the left hand of this plus, this 0. And simply if you're taking 1 star 0, you're having the right hand side. Okay, so you have to check whether you're able to derive both these expressions, both the left hand side of plus and right hand side of plus. It defines the union. Both the terms you must be able to derive. So that is the thing we saw in a derivation, sorry, simplification, and all these we saw. So today we'll be seeing one more problem. So once again, we'll take some more time and we'll do simplification and learn. And this problem you have completed in your notebook. So I'm not going to discuss it. The second problem, I quickly showed you what is the answer for this. So this also I'm not going to discuss today. We'll take a new problem and we'll solve. The second problem, let us solve it later, or I hope you are having the question. I told you to try on yourself. We'll go for a new problem so that one more solution you will get. Okay, I am taking this problem. You just take a new page and write down this. In the given DFA, find R23 of 2. So here I've taken a variation. You're asked to find out R23 of 2. Draw the diagram alone first. You have 3 states. So I told you that in these problems, sometimes you'll be asked to construct the regular expression for the DFA. Or sometimes you'll be asked to find out a particular regular expression in the last level. Okay. So if you're asked to find out a particular regular expression in level 2, you need not find out all the regular expressions in level 2. In level 2, it is enough if you're finding this only expression, one expression alone. So in level 0, you have to find out all the expressions. In level 1 also, you have to find out all the regular expressions. But in level 2, it is enough if you are finding only this term, R23 of 2. You need not find out all the terms in level 2. That is the benefit of finding when your question is having a particular regular expression. But if you are asked to find out the regular expression for the given DFA, find the regular expression for the given DFA, like that if they are asking, you have to find out all the terms. And in the last level, you have to find out for Rij, that is from, for this diagram, can any one of you guess what you should find out if you are asked to find out the regular expression for the DFA? If the same question is asked in another way, that is find out the regular expression for the given DFA, what we should find out? What will be your final answer? If you're asked to find out the regular expression for the given DFA, we have to find out k is equal to 0, k is equal to 1, 2, and then at level 3 only you will get the answer. What is the regular expression you have to find? Any guess? So you take the starting initial node and accepting node. That will give you the I and j. So Rij of 3. So R13 of 3. That will be the regular expression for this entire diagram. The same question, if it is asked in that way, you have to find out R13 of 3. Okay, R13 of 3 is the regular expression for this entire diagram. Okay. So by the side in your notebook, you just write down R13 of 3 is the regular expression for this entire diagram. But now we are going to find out only R23 of 2. Till R23 of 2. So write the formula here. So in the first step, you are going to take your k as 0. You assume k is 0. It means that there are no intermediate nodes. So what are all the regular expressions you are going to find out in level k is equal to 0? You have to find out all possible combinations out of these three states. That is R11, 12, 13. So I've written like this: R11, 12, 13, and then R21, 22, 23, and then R31, 32, and 33. So everything you are going to find out at level 0. Okay, so remember, whenever I and j, they are going to be the same. Whenever your I and j, they are going to be the same, you are going to include epsilon. So let us analyze one by one. So R11 of 0 is, I hope everybody is writing. Okay, write down. R11 of 0 is, so from node 1. So this problem I'm going to take some time and explain to understand and then write. Okay, understand by the side you write, and at the same time listen and understand the problem, because with this problem I will stop this method. I will go for the next method. Okay. So R11 of 0 is, you have to check whether from node 1 to node 1 whether there are any edges. That is, whether there are any self loop, you have to check. Since I and j, they are same. Whenever I and j, they are same, check for a self loop at state 1. You don't have a self loop, so it is null. But since I and j, they are same, write epsilon. Okay. So whenever I and j, they are same, write epsilon, plus when you are having some edge you can write, but there is no edge connecting 1 with 1 itself. So it is null here. So it is epsilon here. And then R12 of 0. So from state 1 to state 2, if there are any edge, you just check it out. From state 1 to 2, you have 1. So write it here. R12 of 0 is 1. And R13 of 0 is from 1 to state 1 to state 3, there is an edge labeled as 0. So write it here. R13 of 0 is 0. And R21 of 0. R21 is from state 2 to 1, you are having an edge labeled as 0. Okay. So that you write here, R21 is 0. And R22 is from 2 to 2, you don't have any self loop. Once again, don't have a self loop, so write a null. And since I and j, they are same, write an epsilon here. Okay. And then R23 of 0. So from 2 to 3, you're having an edge labeled as 1. So write that 1 here. And then R31 of 0 is from node 3 to 1, you don't have any edge, so it is null. And R32, from 3 to 2 also you don't have any edge, write it as null. And from R33 of 0, 3 to 3 don't have a self loop, so it is null plus epsilon. You can minimize it as epsilon itself. Okay, null, you can write it as null plus epsilon and minimize it as epsilon. So this is the first step. In the basis step, you assume k as 0 and find out the regular expressions at k is equal to 0. So simply we are going to see whether there are any edge connecting two nodes. Okay, so from I to j, whether there are any connectivity. So in the first problem, we saw only there are only two states, 1 and 2. So we found 4 combinations: 1 1, 1 2, 2 1, 2 2. That's all. But here you are having 3 states. So in that case, you have to find out all possible combinations between these 3 states. So R11, 12, 13, and then R21, 22, and 23, and then 31, 32, and 33. So for level 0, we have found like this. Similarly, at level 1 also, you have to find out these 9 regular expressions. So for that, you're going to use this formula. In the first step, you don't apply any formula. Directly, you take the edges in your diagram. But from the second step onwards, from k is equal to 1 onwards, you're going to apply this formula. So here, when you're applying it in your formula, your k will become 1. K minus 1 will become 0. So right hand side, everything in your right hand side will become 0 in the superscript. So at that time, what we will do, those terms we have already found at level k is equal to 0. You are going to use all these 9 expressions, whatever we have found in this step. Okay. So whatever we have found at level k is equal to 0, these 9 regular expressions, you are going to just substitute in the next level at k is equal to 1. Okay. So at k is equal to 1, we are going to use all the values that we found at level k is equal to 0. Okay. So now we'll see how to find out R11 of 1, R12 of 1, R13 of 1, everything we will be seeing. Okay. So for you to understand, in all the slides I have made the I kept the diagram. Just wait a minute. So in all the steps I have kept the diagram for you to understand. So first step, next you write k is equal to 1. K is equal to 1, and you just substitute this I and j values in your formula. So just it is enough if you're writing the formula one time in your problem. In the beginning itself, you write one time. That's all. Every time you need not write your formula. Okay. Just substitute. Substitute the values of I and j in your formula. So R11 of, so sorry, in the left hand side, you write it as R11 of 1. The left hand side. R11 of 1 is, just substitute the values of I and j here. Since I, j and k is also going to be 1. The left hand side, write R11 of 1. So I made a mistake in the slide. Don't write it as such. You write it as R11 of, in the superscript you should write it as 1. The level is 1. So substitute the values from your previous level, R11 of 0. Everything is R11 of 0, and in the previous level you have found out the value, it is epsilon. Is it not? R11 of 0 is epsilon. So you substitute there. So you'll get epsilon plus. So for this R1 of 0 it is epsilon, R11 of 0 it is epsilon. Since you're having a star here, write a star, and then once again an epsilon here. So now to minimize this, everything is epsilon. We know that epsilon is a string of length 0. So no matter how many epsilons are there, it is all going to be of a string of length 0. So string of length 0 means it does not have any length at all. So simply you can minimize. Epsilon star is also equal to epsilon. Okay. So put together this entire expression, you can write it as epsilon. Once again, now what we shall do, epsilon plus epsilon, it means union. Okay, this or that. When you're having a plus, don't see it as a mathematics. Here it is union of two symbols, either this symbol or this symbol, either this epsilon or this epsilon. So you can minimize it as a single epsilon. Okay, either this or that. So you can write it as a single epsilon. So R11 of 1 is epsilon. Okay, in the left hand side, you write R11 of 1. And next we are going to find out R11 of, sorry, 12 of 1. I think in all the places I have written 0 as the superscript. We write it as 1 in the left hand side. So it is R12 of 1 here. So when you are substituting a formula, you will get like this, R12 of, for I, j and k, you substitute the values in your formula, Rij of k minus 1 plus Rik of k minus 1, Rkk of k minus 1. You substitute it, you will get this expression. You do your substitution by your own and then verify this step. Do the substitution and then take the regular expressions from your level k is equal to 0. And try to find out what is the regular expression.
Ma'am,
Do use substitution, yes.
left hand side பவர்ல 1 தானே மேம் வரும்?
அதான் சொல்றேன், write power 1 there. I made a mistake there. The left hand side you write R12 of 1. பவர்ல 1 போடுங்க, சூப்பர்ஸ்கிரிப்ட்ல 1 போடுங்க. நான் தப்பா போட்டுட்டேன் இதுல. 1 போடுங்க, கேக் 1 போடுங்க, மேல சூப்பர்ஸ்கிரிப்ட்ல ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடுல 0 வரும். ஓகே, you make that correction. You write 1 there. Okay, all of you make that correction. The left hand side in the superscript, write a 1. Write it as 1. write it as 1 and do the substitution. So I'll give you the okay, you do the substitution first. So and then you take the values from level k is equal to 0 and substitute your r12 of 0 is 1, r11 of 0 is epsilon. So r11 of 0 star is epsilon star and r12 of 0 is 1. Take the values from k is equal to 0. Previous step la nama kandupidichu vechirukom 9 values. Take the values from there and just write here, and here you try to apply the minimization. So epsilon, once again as I told you, epsilon when it comes in concatenation, you leave that, okay, it will not affect the output, okay. So epsilon when it comes in concatenation, epsilon followed by epsilon star is once again a single epsilon. You can consider it as a single epsilon, and also that you can drop it. So your expression will become like this. So it's going to be, when you are minimizing that, it will become 1, okay. So you'll be getting 1 plus 1. So 1 or 1, it means that 1 or 1 is going to be a single one. Okay, so your epsilon when it comes in concatenation, you leave that. Okay, when you are having it in concatenation, you just simply remove that epsilon. That's all. Without epsilon, you write, because it is of string length 0. It's not going to change anything. So only thing in the left hand side, you write the level k as a 1. I made a mistake. I've written it as level 0. It is a mistake there. The left hand side, you write it as level 1. The left hand side, you write it as r11 of 1, r12 of 1, like that. I'll give you the correction in your chat box. For this slide, you just check out that. The next step, you just try on your own. So next you're going to find out r13 of 1. Is it not? Find out r13 of 1. In the left hand side, you write it as 13. 13 of level 1. r13 of 1 is r13 of 0 plus r11 of 0, r11 of 0 star, r13 of 0. So I've given the corrected image in your chat box. In the left hand side, you have to write a 1 in the superscript. Note down, I made that mistake there. In the chat box, I've given. So now we'll do substitution. r13 of 0 is 0. Okay, so 0, and r11 of 0 is epsilon. r11 of 0 is epsilon once again, so epsilon star and then 0. So once again here also your epsilon comes in concatenation with 0. So remove that epsilon alone. You'll get 0 plus 0. So 0 or 0, either this 0 or that 0. Okay, so you can write a single 0. Okay, 0 or 0. Read பண்ணும்போதே நீங்க வந்து இப்படி சொல்லி பார்க்கணும். 0 plus 0 னு சொல்லாம 0 or 0 அப்படி சொல்லி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா your minimization will be easy for you. Okay, so write this or that அப்படிங்கும்போது you write only 1 0 there. So it is for r13 of 0. So we have found out r11, 12 and 13. Next you have to find out r21, 22 and 23. Okay, so find out r21, 22 and 23. Once again do the substitution. So r21 is, so substitute the formula. r21 of 1. Once again our subscript is 1 here. The chat box I've given the correction. r21 of 1 is r21 of 0 plus r21 of 0, r11 of 0 star, r11 of 0. Just substitute the values of I and j. So if it is difficult for you to remember, you can write in pencil. Okay, left hand side r21 of 1 அப்படின்னு எழுதுறோம்ல, left hand side equal to left hand side r21 of 1 அப்படின்னு எழுதுற இடத்துலயே you just write I, j and k near the numbers. அந்த 2 பக்கத்துல I, 1 பக்கத்துல j, and superscriptல k அப்படின்னு பக்கத்துல பென்சில் எழுதிட்டீங்கன்னா when you are substituting it will be easy for you. கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியா பண்ணனும்னா I, j, k எதுன்னு நல்லா ரிமெம்பர் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Then you do the substitution. Okay, so in the right hand side you will have the same term. Left side r21 போட்டீங்கன்னா இங்க 21 தான் வரும். Right, plus ஓட left hand side r21 of 0. plus substitute the values here. I, k, kk and kj. Remember like that. I, k, kk and kj. I is 2, k is 1. Okay, at level k is 1. So you'll have 1, 1, 1 and then kj. J is also 1. So 1, 1, 0. Substitute your values. R21 is 0. R21 of 0, 21 is 0 once again. 1, 1 is epsilon. Epsilon is in concatenation. Remove that. So you'll get 0 plus 0. Your expression is 0. Okay. So here the simplification is very easy. நிறைய epsilon வரதுனால உங்களுக்கு you're having single terms, single symbols வரதுனால your simplification is easy here. So next go to the next term R22 of 0. Sorry, R22 of 1. You have to find out R22 of 1 next. So R22 of 1 is substitute the formula, apply the values of I, j and k. Okay, apply the values of I, j and k and substitute values from your level k is equal to 0. R22 க்கு 2 1 க்குலாம் substitute பண்ணுங்க. So R22 of 0 is 22 of 0 is epsilon. So 22 of 0 is epsilon. 2 1 of 0 is 0. 1 1 of 0 is epsilon and then 1 2 of 0 is 1. 1 2 of 0 is 1. So now how to minimize that? I've written as epsilon plus 0. That is when you are having epsilon in concatenation, what I told you, just to remove that. It does not affect your string. So it is a string with 0 followed by 1. In between, you can have any number of epsilons anywhere. So it does not change the meaning. So 0, after that if you are having any number of epsilons, just to remove that epsilon alone, your string will be 0, 1. So here you have to think 0, 1 as a pattern. Okay, it is a pattern. 0 followed by 1 is a pattern. So you check out whether you can do further any minimization. Further, whether any minimization is possible, we have to analyze. Okay, so we will analyze this expression. So in the left hand side of a plus, you are having an epsilon. Okay, and in the right hand side, you are having a 0, 1. Imagine all these are like symbolic languages, symbols and patterns. So this regular expression, it denotes a language denoting either epsilon or 0, 1. Okay, these two strings, since you're not having any star here, okay, you're having two possible strings, either epsilon or 0, 1. Okay, so இங்க நமக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கிறது ஒரு regular expression. Okay, I'll tell you in Tamil, you are having a regular expression. ஒரு regular expression கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம் epsilon plus 0, 1 அப்படின்னு. Okay, so இந்த regular expression என்ன language denote பண்ணுது அப்படின்னா, it is either epsilon. Epsilon is a string. Epsilon, comma 0, 1. இந்த ரெண்டு string மட்டும் தான் ஃபார்ம் பண்ண முடியும் இந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஷனை வச்சுக்கிட்டு. Because you don't have a star. Star இருந்தால் தான் ரெப்படிஷன் பண்ண முடியும், நிறைய strings வரும். But you don't have a star here, repetitionே வராது. Either this string or this string. Only two possible strings. But இதை minimize பண்ண முடியுமான்னு பாருங்க. You cannot do further minimization because either epsilon வரணும் இல்ல 0, 1 வரணும் போது நான் minimize பண்ணவே முடியாது. I can represent them only using epsilon or 0, 1. Okay, so further minimization is not at all possible. Okay, so எங்கேயாவது ஸ்டார் இருந்துச்சுன்னா தான் நம்ம அந்த லார்ஜர் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் எடுத்து மினிமைஸ் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ண முடியும். உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்ல ஸ்டாருங்கிற பேட்டர்னே இல்லை அப்படின்னா, சிம்பிள்ஸ் டைரக்டா சிம்பிள்ஸ் மட்டும் சிம்பிளிஃபைடா தான் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, just leave that will be the regular expression. You cannot do further minimization. Okay, so epsilon plus 0, 1, that will be your minimized expression for this R22 of 1. Okay, so next go to the next step. Next step is your R22 we have found out. So R23. So R23 of 1. Find out the expression R23 of 1 and apply the formula and substitute the values. Minimization, you just try on your own whether you are able to do minimization. Remember, epsilon வந்து concatenationல வந்து அப்படியே remove பண்ணுங்க. Null concatenationல வந்து make that entire term as null. That's all. இந்த hint தான் நீங்க ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். So null comes in concatenation. Just make the entire expression as null. Remember that alone. So R23 of 1 you're finding out now. Substitute the values, what you're getting. Are you able to follow? வேகமா முடிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா அடுத்த ஃபார்முலா மட்டும் சப்ஸ்டிட்யூட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. மினிமைசேஷன் வேணா நம்ம ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் பார்க்கலாம். You are able to quickly write, formula மட்டும் substitute பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க ரெடியா. So R23 of 0 is 1, this one is 21. R21 of 0 is 0, R11 of 0 is epsilon, so you are having a star, and then once again R13 of 0, it is 0. So now also your epsilon comes in concatenation. Concatenation அப்படின்னா என்ன, நடுவில் இப்போ ப்ளஸ் இல்லை இப்போ 0 பக்கத்தில் straight epsilon வருதுன்னா, imagine there is a dot operator. So in regular expressions we tell that there is a dot. Dot is an operator, plus is an operator, star is an operator. So dot abina, it is concatenation between any two symbols. Imagine there is a dot. Okay, so 0 followed by epsilon star and then 0. So here also epsilon is in concatenation. Removing that epsilon does not make any change. So remove that and minimize it. So epsilon star you can write it as a single epsilon also. எத்தனை எப்சிலான் போட்டாலும் ஒரு எப்சிலானுக்கு தான் சமம். ஓகே, and then remove that epsilon also because it is a string of length 0. Okay, so now you are having 1 plus 0 0. Here also we'll check whether we can do any minimization, but since your expression does not have a star, these two terms 1 and 0 0, they are symbols or they are patterns which are actually going to occur in your language. So ரெண்டு ஸ்ட்ரிங் தான் இருக்காங்க, அங்க இருக்கதே உங்களுக்கு ரெண்டு ஸ்ட்ரிங் தான் இருக்கு. அந்த ரெண்டு ஸ்ட்ரிங்கை ஃபர்தர் மினிமைஸ் பண்ணவே முடியாது. ஓகே, அங்க இருக்கதே உங்களுக்கு என்ன இருக்கு, ரெண்டு ஸ்ட்ரிங் இருக்கு, 1ங்கிற ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரிங், 0 0ங்கிற ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரிங். We cannot use any other format to represent 1, or we cannot use any other minimized representation to represent 0 0. So இது ரெண்டையும் நான் சேர்த்து இன்னொரு மினிமைசேஷன் பண்ண முடியாது. So leave that. This will be your last step. You cannot do further minimization. So star இல்லனாலே just patterns தான் இருக்குன்னா, you just try to remove epsilons or null in your expression. If you are getting the exact numbers or symbols, you can stop there. Go for the next step. R31 of 1. So R31 of 1, for that also you substitute the values for I, j and k and try to write the terms. So 3 1 is null. So in the right hand side also you have 3 1, and after that you are having R11 of 0 is epsilon. So null when it is coming in concatenation, if any one of the term is null in your expression, the entire expression is going to be null. So that's why I didn't write the remaining. If you want, you can write R11 of 0 is epsilon here, epsilon star and then epsilon. But since you're having one null in the right hand side, I didn't write that. If you want, you can write null followed by epsilon star epsilon. In the next step, you can minimize it as null plus null. Here also plus defines union, null or null. Write the minimized term as null. Write the next term R32 of 1. Substitute the formula. R32 of 0 plus R31 of 0 plus concatenation with R11 of 0 star, R12 of 0. Substitute values from k is equal to 0. So when you are substituting the values, you get it is a null plus null followed by epsilon star and then 1 for 1 2 of 0. Okay, you refer your notebook. K is equal to 0 ல என்ன இருக்கோ அதை பார்த்து தான் நீங்க எழுதணும். ஸ்லைடை பார்த்து டைரக்டா எழுதாதீங்க. K is equal to 0 க்கு உங்க நோட்ல இருக்கு. See that values and then write cross check from the slide. Okay, so here once again null is coming in concatenation. So this entire term, entire right hand side of plus will become null. So null plus null. So that is equal to null once again. So R32 of 1 is also null. So in level 1, we have found out R31, 32. Next is R33. R33 of 1 is R33 of 0 plus 31 of 0. So K is 1. So KK is 1 1 of 0 the whole star. So in all the expressions in the middle term, the star term, you just see in all the places you have 1 1 of 0 star. Since your k is 1, you will have kk of k minus 1, is it not? So you have the same term in this star, r1 1 of 0 star, and then kj is 1 3. Substitute the values. R33 is epsilon, 31 is null, 11 is epsilon, and then R13 is 0. So epsilon star it is epsilon star, and then the next step we can write it as epsilon, or since you're having a null in the right hand side, we are going to write null here. In the next step, I'm going to write a null. Just apply the formula. Since for R11 of 0 star, you have to write epsilon star. I've written epsilon here. You can write either epsilon star and then you can minimize, but it does not make any change since you're having a null. நான் எப்சிலான் சாரி அங்கே ஸ்டார் மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன், நீங்கள் எழுதிக்கோங்க, ஸ்டார் மேலே எழுதிக்கோங்க, எப்சிலானுக்கு மேலே ஒரு ஸ்டார் போட்டுக்கோங்க. ஸோ see this step, epsilon plus null. So here you have to apply your simplification rule. When you are having epsilon and null, when your null comes in concatenation, I told you you can make the entire term as null. But when null comes in union, you drop this null term alone. The next term you have to include in your expression. Okay, null வந்து concatenationல வருது அப்படின்னா previous steps எல்லாம் பார்த்தோம். null concatenationல வந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன பண்ணோம், entire term you make it as null. But now in this last step you are getting null in your union. Okay, epsilon or null அப்படின்னு வருது. epsilon வரலாம் லாங்குவேஜ்ல. ஓகே, l is equal to போட்டு லாங்குவேஜ்ல epsilon வரலாம், இல்ல null வரலாம். அப்படின்னா நல்லுக்கு தான் வேல்யூ கிடையாது, பட் எப்சிலானுக்கு வேல்யூ இருக்கு. ஓகே, ஸோ யூ ஹாவ் டு இன்க்ளூட் தட் epsilon here. When null comes in union, drop null alone. The other term it will come in your next step. The other term மிஸ் பண்ணிடக்கூடாது, அங்கே எப்சிலான் தான் போடணும், நல்னு போடக்கூடாது. நல் மட்டும்தான் ட்ராப் ஆகும், epsilon will come in your answer. Okay, so next find out இப்போ என்ன கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம், R31 32 33 கண்டுபிடிச்சாச்சு. Okay, so what is asked in your question? You're not asked to find out the entire regular expression. கொடுத்திருக்க DFA டயக்ராமோட full regular expression நம்மள கேட்கல. என்ன கேட்டிருக்காங்க, they have asked a particular expression. So at level 1 you find out all the terms. level 1ல நம்ம 9 terms கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம். Okay, but in level 2 in the question they have asked only one expression. So it is enough if you are finding that one expression alone in level 2. You need not find out all the 9 terms in level 2. Okay, so what is asked in your question? It is R23 of 2. R23 of 2 alone we can find out. We need not find out all 9 values in level 2. In level 2 it is enough if you are finding this one term, R23 of 2. Just merely do substitution. So for this you will use the values in level 1. In level 1 whatever you have found out you can use. So if you want, as in the first class we saw, after every level we were writing the answer. We were taking out and writing the answer. Is it not like that? If you want you can write down. Here I didn't write, straight away I went for the answer. So R23 of 1 plus R22 of 1, R22 of 1 star, and then R23 of 1. The formula alone we have substituted, and whatever values you got at level 1, so all these 9 values have got, substitute here. R23 of 1 is, here you are having that R23 of 1 is 1 plus 0 0. You substitute it here, and then R22 of 1 is, what we got for R22 of 1, it is epsilon plus 0 1. Epsilon plus 0 1. In the previous slide it is there. Refer your notebook. For R22 of 1 we have got epsilon plus 0 1. Once again for R22 of 1 star, write epsilon plus 1 the whole star. And for R23 of 1 it is 1 plus 0 0. Here you are having R23 of 1. Write it and we'll try to minimize this. So while minimizing you just see whether some term repeats. For example here epsilon plus 0 1 it is repeating. Epsilon plus 0 1 is here, epsilon plus 0 1 star is there. When you are having this repetition you can merge these two. Okay, epsilon plus 0 1 it is repeating. Imagine this is like A star. okay, or 1 star. If it is like that, we can minimize it by using your larger term. So I can write it as epsilon plus 0 1 the whole star. Okay, so imagine this epsilon plus 0 1, it is available within this. Okay, a star அப்படின்னா நம்ம a star அதுக்குள்ளேயே a இருக்கு. ஓகேயா, so we can write the larger expression within that. The smaller expression is available. So same expression இருந்துச்சுன்னா மட்டும், same symbol same terms இருக்குன்னா, you use the larger one. ஸ்டார்ங்கிற pattern எடுத்துக்கோங்க. Next, we write this step, then we'll see whether further minimization is possible or not. So now இங்கே minimize பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் பாருங்க, we have once again some common term here. Write down this, I'll tell you. So in the next step, we just see 1 plus 0 0 plus epsilon plus 0 1. So we can further minimize this epsilon plus 0 1 the whole star, is it not? So when you are having epsilon plus r star, we had a formula, epsilon plus r star can be written as r star. Okay, epsilon plus r star can be written as r star because r, this star has epsilon within itself. Star இருக்குனாலே அதுக்குள்ள epsilon இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். So when you are having epsilon enclosed with a star, you can use that term 0 1 star minimize பண்ணலாம். Okay, you can write it as 0 1 star. The next step, you write it as 0 1 star. So here I have minimized this one first. 1 plus 0 0, it is available as common, is it not? So இதுல வந்து நீங்க என்ன பாக்குறீங்கன்னா, you take 1 plus 0 0 as a term and the larger expression is epsilon plus 0 1 the whole star 1 plus 0 0. This is the larger expression. Within this you are having 1 plus 0 0 also. So we can do that minimization first. So write it as epsilon plus 0 1 the whole star 1 plus 0 0. Okay, first in the minimization பண்ணிருக்கோம். In the larger expression எடுத்துக்கோங்க, it has this 1 plus 0 0 also. Then in the next step we can minimize this epsilon. Epsilon can be written as 0 1 the whole star. எது வேணா முதல்ல பண்ணலாம். Minimization does not follow any sequence. எது முதல்ல பண்ணி எது கடைசில பண்ணாலும் உங்களுக்கு ஆன்சர் கரெக்ட்டா வரணும். Okay, so epsilon plus 0 1 the whole star can be written as 0 1 the whole star followed by 1 plus 0 0. So now at this point you check whether any further minimization is possible. You don't have any epsilon, you don't have any null, and also there are union மாதிரியும் இல்ல. So you cannot do further minimization. This is a pattern. Some repetition of 0 followed by 1, and after that you have 1 plus 0 0. So further you cannot minimize this. This will be your answer. Okay, so therefore this will be your entire answer for your given question. R23 of 2 is 0 1 the whole star followed by 1 plus 0 0. Okay, so two problems we have done in this method. First problem, in the first problem we used two states. We were asked to find out the regular expression for the given DFA. So to show you one more variation, I took this problem where you were asked to find out a particular regular expression in a level 2. So in that case, you find out all the values in your previous level. They're asking for level 2, R23 of 2. If they're asking, you find out all values at level k is equal to 1. Till k is equal to 1, you have to find out everything. And whatever expression is asked in the level 2, that expression alone you find out. So that's why we found R23 of 2 alone. We didn't find out the other values in level 2. In level 2, it is enough if you're finding this particular expression, whichever is asked in your question. Okay, minimization alone you do carefully. So this problem had very simple expressions. The terms are so simple, you got the answer very correctly. But there are some problems where your expressions may also be very long. In that case, we have to take some time and minimize. Okay. Okay, we'll move for the next problem. So your next topic is equivalence and minimization of automata. This is also a part B question. You will be given an automata, that is, you will be given a DFA and we are going to minimize the DFA. That is our problem here. Okay. Okay, so once again remember the you are going to find out the minimized DFA. Second, this problem is, I hope you have all completed the previous problem. Can we start with the second method, next problem? Are you all ready? So here I'm going to teach you only one question or one problem, then I'll be giving you one homework problem. You have to solve it on your own. It will take some time to solve. Okay, so listen carefully. So first few steps, if you are listening, then you can proceed on your own. So listen carefully. So how we are doing like that. Okay, so comparing this problem with all the previous problems, in the previous problems and all, what we will do, you will be given a regular expression and you will construct an automata, or you will be given a DFA, you will construct a regular expression. So like that we were converting one into another, either regular expression to automata or automata to regular expression, like that. But this question is, your given problem will be a DFA and your resultant also will be a DFA. Okay, your given question or given diagram will also be a DFA. Okay, and we are going to convert that DFA into a minimized representation of a DFA again. You are going to construct one more DFA in a minimized notation. For example, if your given question or given diagram has 10 states, okay, your given DFA has 10 states, I have to convert that DFA into a minimized DFA with some 4 states or 3 states, where that resultant DFA must also recognize the same set of strings. It must also represent the same language. Okay, so language மாறக்கூடாது, கொடுத்திருக்க DFA என்ன language derive பண்ணுதோ அதே language தான் நம்ம கண்டுபிடிக்க போற new DFA-வும் define பண்ணணும். Okay, so that is the task we are going to do now. Okay, we are going to do minimization. Given diagram la 10 states இருக்கு அப்படினா நம்ம problem முடிக்கும் போது நமக்கு 3 or 4 states தான் இருக்கும், but it also represents the same language. Okay, so given is also a DFA, resultant is also a DFA. And one more thing, for any particular language there will be exactly only one minimized DFA. Okay, minimized DFA அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு லாங்குவேஜுக்கு only one தான். இது வந்து you have to remember. Okay, so minimized DFA is going to be exactly one. There won't be 2 or 3 DFAs or two or three minimized DFA கிடையாது. There is exactly one possible minimized DFA. So for that, what is the method we are going to use is, we are going to find out things like, we are going to find out equivalent and distinguishable states. Okay, we are going to find out equivalent and distinguishable states. For example, if there are 2 states, I'm going to find out whether these 2 states are equivalent or not. If there are some equivalent states, I'm going to eliminate one of them. Okay, so just imagine I'm having 10 states. A in ஒரு state, D in ஒரு state இருக்குன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. I'll just analyze these 2 states, A and D. If these 2 states are similar, அதோட full characteristics similar இருந்துச்சுன்னா, I will eliminate D from the problem. I'll have only A. So like that, you're going to identify similar states in your diagram and you're going to eliminate redundancy. Okay, similar states avoid பண்ணிக்க போறோம், so that your number of states will come down. It will get reduced and you will get a minimized DFA. That is the logic. Similar states கண்டுபிடிச்சு reduce பண்ணனும். That is the logic. Okay, so for that you're going to find out equivalent states and distinguishable states. I'll read through this statement and then we'll go for a problem. Okay, so we say states P and Q are equivalent if for all input strings W, del of P comma W is an accepting state, if and only if del of Q comma W is also an accepting state. See these 4 lines, if you are able to understand these 4 lines, you can do this problem. Okay, so imagine there are 2 states. We can say that P and Q are equivalent if, read the statement, for all input strings. Okay, for any possible string, if you are applying that string on state P, if it is an accepting state. Okay, so del of P comma W is an accepting state. It means that if you are applying that string on P, if you are getting an accepting state, if you are applying the same string on state Q, it should be also an accepting state. Okay, I'll just explain in the most simple manner. Okay, so Pங்கிற ஸ்டேட்ல ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரிங் அப்ளை பண்றீங்க. if it is going to an accepting state, Qங்கிற ஸ்டேட்ல அதே ஸ்ட்ரிங் அப்ளை பண்ணும்போது அதுவும் accepting state போகணும். Okay, so like that, you read this line for all input strings. The most important thing is for all input strings. So என்ன string கொடுத்தாலும், ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஜீரோங்கிற ஸ்ட்ரிங்கை ப்ரீல கொடுக்குறேன், அதே ஜீரோவை கியூலையும் கொடுக்குறேன் அப்படிங்கும்போது ரெண்டுமே அக்செப்டிங் போகணும். அதே மாதிரி 0 1 ஆர் வேற ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரிங் மாற்றி கொடுக்குறேன், 0 1 கொடுக்குறேன், பிங்கிற ஸ்டேட்ல 0 1 கொடுக்குறேன், நான் அக்செப்டிங் போகுது அப்படின்னா கியூங்கிற ஸ்டேட்ல 0 1 கொடுத்தாலும் நான் அக்செப்டிங் போகணும். ஓகே, so like that, for whatever string you are applying on state P, if you are applying the same string on state Q, both these transitions must be similar in the manner. இது அக்செப்டிங் போனா P ல அப்ளை பண்ணா அக்செப்டிங் போனா Q ல அப்ளை பண்ணாலும் அக்செப்டிங் தான் போகணும். P ல ஒரு string அப்ளை பண்ணா நான் அக்செப்டிங் போகுதுன்னா Q ல அப்ளை பண்ணா நான் அக்செப்டிங் தான் போகணும். That is the rule. Okay, so that's why it's given us in the bracket, if del of P comma W is a non-accepting state, then del of Q comma W is also non-accepting state. It should be similar. இதுல P ல அப்ளை பண்ணும்போது non-accepting வந்தா Q லயும் non-accepting வரணும். P ல அப்ளை பண்ணா accepting வந்தா Q ல அப்ளை பண்ணாலும் accepting வரணும். If it is similar like this, என்ன string கொடுத்தாலும் ரெண்டுக்குமே transition சேமா வந்துச்சுன்னா you can say that P and Q are equivalent states. So you have to try for all possible strings. Maximum number of strings நம்ம அப்ளை பண்ண வேண்டி இருக்கும். So in that case எந்த string கொடுத்தாலும் transition similar வருது அப்படின்னா you can conclude that these two states are equivalent, and in the final step we'll remove that. Or how to find out whether two states are distinguishable. ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட் ரெண்டுக்கும் வேற characteristics இருக்குன்னு எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது அப்படின்னா when their transitions are different. For example, for del of P comma W, if it is accepting and del of Q comma W is non-accepting, மாறி வருது அப்படின்னா they are distinguishable. That we can easily find out. Okay, ஒரு ஸ்டேட்ல ஒரு string கொடுக்குறீங்க, if it is going to accepting, if you are applying the same string in another state, if it goes to accepting, மொதல் accepting P க்கு accepting Q ல அப்ளை பண்ணும்போது non accepting வந்துச்சுன்னா we can call it as distinguishable states. Okay, this is the terminology or definition we are going to use. The same thing you are going to use in your problem also. So we'll go to the problem straight away, you will understand more. Okay, take down this diagram. This problem you are going to solve. Find the minimized DFA for the given DFA. You have 9 states here. Okay, draw this diagram. இந்த ப்ராப்ளம்க்கு நீங்க நியூவா பேஜ் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. ப்ராப்ளம் பெருசா தான் ஒரு 4 பக்கம் வரும். In your long size note you will have 4 pages. You write it spaciously, புரியுற மாதிரி எழுதிக்கோங்க. Draw this diagram. Your question is find the minimized DFA for the given DFA. You have 9 states here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I. Note down what are all the accepting states. C, F, I, 3 accepting states irukku. And all other transitions you just note down. You have the input symbols as 0 and 1. All this you have to analyze from your diagram. Just a diagram கொடுத்துட்டா நம்ம ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணக்கூடாது. You analyze what is the input symbols. Diagramல edgesல என்னென்ன symbols இருக்குன்னு பாருங்க. You have 0 and 1. So the input symbols are 0 and 1. And then you have 3 accepting states, C, F and I. And then all other states are non-accepting states. The initial state is A. So whenever you are given any problem, you have to first of all analyze that problem. என்னெல்லாம் input symbol என்ன, accepting state என்ன, initial state என்ன, எத்தனை state இருக்கு. Just find out that. And since this is a DFA, from every state you will have outgoing edge for both 0 and 1. So diagram வரைங்க, நீட்டா புரியுற மாதிரி வரைஞ்சுக்கோங்க. Because only with this diagram you are going to solve your problem. Diagram தான் நம்ம நல்லா அனலைஸ் பண்ணணும். இதே மாதிரி you draw 4 states in the top, 4 states at the bottom. Spaciously வரைஞ்சுக்கோங்க. Use a pencil for your diagram. Mark the direction carefully. So only with this diagram you are going to solve your entire problem. If you have drawn, முடிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா யார் முடிச்சவங்க you have completed, you give a message in the chat box. Till that I'll wait. So till 2 or 3 members complete the drawing, I'll wait. Draw 4 states at the top, 4 states at the bottom. Mark the transitions. ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டேட்ல இருந்தும் 0க்கும் 1க்கும் outgoing edge இருக்கும். அதை பார்த்து மார்க் பண்ணுங்க. Okay, don't miss any edges. ஏதாவது ஒரு எட்ஜ் மிஸ் பண்ணீங்கனாலும் நமக்கு ஸ்ட்ரிங் மாற்றி வந்துடும். அப்புறம் அந்த ஈக்குவலன்ஸ் கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியாது. எந்தெந்த ஸ்டேட் ஈக்குவலண்ட் எந்தெந்த ஸ்டேட் டிஸ்டிங்விஷபிள் கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியாது. டோன்ட் மிஸ் எனி எட்ஜ். மிஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னா என்ன ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும்? ஒவ்வொரு டிஎஃப்ஏலையும் 0க்கும் 1க்கும் அவுட் கோயிங் எட்ஜ் இருக்கும். ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டேட்லேருந்து 2 அவுட் கோயிங் எட்ஜ் கண்டிப்பாக வரணும். 0க்கு ஒரு அவுட் கோயிங் எட்ஜ், 1க்கு ஒரு அவுட் கோயிங் எட்ஜ். இன்னும் ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் இன் தட் மேனர் அண்ட் மார்க் தி எட்ஜஸ். ஏலேருந்து 0 கொடுத்தா என்ன ஸ்டேட், ஏலேருந்து 1 கொடுத்தா என்ன ஸ்டேட், பிலேருந்து 0 கொடுத்தா என்ன ஸ்டேட், பிலேருந்து 1 கொடுத்தா என்ன ஸ்டேட். லைக் தட் யூ மார்க். Like that you mark the transitions. Then only you won't miss any edges. Complete the drawing and give a message in the chat box. Have you all drawn? Draw the diagram with pencil. Clear-ஆ புரியுற மாதிரி வரைஞ்சுக்கோங்க. You are going to analyze this diagram only. ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டேட்லேருந்தும் 0க்கு ஒரு எட்ஜ், 1க்கு ஒரு அவுட் கோயிங் எட்ஜ் இருக்கும். Carefully you just mark that in every state and mark the accepting states also carefully. For C, F and I, draw a double circle. ஒரு ஸ்டேட்டா மார்க் பண்ணுங்க. ஏலேருந்து 01, பிலேருந்து 01, சிலேருந்து 01, டிலேருந்து 01, பிலேருந்து 01, எஃப்லேருந்து 01. லைக் தட் யூ மார்க். Have you completed? Shall I go for the problem? Shall we start the problem? This problem is very big. We cannot spend more time. So in the next slide also I have drawn the diagram. If anybody has not completed, you just refer this diagram and complete. And here the method we are going to use is a table filling algorithm. We don't draw this table now. Just to show you, I have drawn this table. You need not draw the table now. Okay, I will teach you how to draw this table. Okay, so we are going to use a table filling algorithm. So like this, you are going to construct a table and you are going to identify what are all the states that are equivalent. Equivalent state, similar states எல்லாம் tick பண்ண போறோம் உங்களுக்கு. For example, A and F, if they are equivalent, I am going to put a tick there. And distinguishable states, we are going to identify distinguishable states and you are going to mark an into here. In the table நான் ரஃபா போட்டிருக்கேன் சும்மா. Okay, this is not the answer for this problem, just for you to show what we are doing. The problem என்ன பண்ண போறோம்னு தெரியறதுக்காக நான் சாம்பிளுக்கு ஒரு டேபிள் போட்டிருக்கேன். Okay, so now we don't draw this table. We are going to find out what are all the states that are equivalent, what are all the states that are distinguishable. So distinguishable states க்கு நம்ம into போட போறோம், equivalent states க்கு tick போட போறோம். Okay, so like that we can identify what are all the states that are equivalent and we can minimize. Okay, if you have completed this drawing, first the DFA diagram முடிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா எனக்கு chat boxல கொடுங்க. I'll start the problem. Table யாரும் இப்ப வரைய வேணாம். I'll teach you how to draw the table. Have you completed the DFA diagram? Yes or no? இன்னுமா வரையறீங்க அந்த ஒரு diagram? Nobody is completed yet? Yes, you have completed. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. Okay, we'll start with the problem. Now you don't draw this table. I'll teach you how to draw this table in the next slide. Okay. So by now you understand. You're going to mark tick and into mark into your table. Table is called as table of distinguishabilities. Okay. You're going to construct a table called as table of distinguishabilities, and you're going to mark what all the states that are equivalent and what all the states that are distinguishable. And the algorithm used is called as table filling algorithm. We are going to concentrate only on how to solve the problem. Okay. So you just analyze this table and then I'll teach you. So if you're having 9 states in your question, you're having 9 states in your given DFA, is it not? So when you're constructing a table, you're going to take only one diagonal of your table. So you'll have 8 rows and 8 columns. So when I'm drawing a table, I'll drop out A or the first state when I'm taking the rows. And when I'm defining the columns, I'll start from the first state A and I'll leave the last state. Like that, we can draw. Then it is enough. A part of your matrix is enough. The entire matrix is not needed. A diagonal is enough to find out which are all the states that are equivalent. So to draw this table, now you can draw this table. Okay, draw this table like this. Since you're having 9 states, you take 8 rows. Okay, 8 rows cover ஆகுற மாதிரி ஒரு L ஷேப்புக்கு ஒரு டயக்ராம் போடுங்க. 8 rows இருக்கணும். 8 rows இருக்கணும். Like that you draw an L shape and then draw one column here. Histogram வரைவோல அந்த மாதிரி histogram வரைகிற மாதிரி draw it. 8 rows cover ஆகணும். Since you are having 9 states in your given DFA, construct the table with 8 rows. Fill like this. Draw this. எப்படி fill ஆகணுங்கிறதுக்கு தான் நான் வரைஞ்சு காமிச்சிருக்கேன் step by step. Okay. And then draw the 7 like shape. First L shape வரைங்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் 7 போடுங்க. Because some of you might find it difficult to construct this diagram. அதனால அந்த ஹிண்ட் நான் கொடுத்துறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு L shape போடுங்க. A larger L shape covering 8 rows. Then you draw 7. 7ங்கிற ஷேப்ல மேல ஒரு லைன் 7ங்கிற ஷேப்புக்கு just draw line by line. Then you will get your part of your matrix. Diagonal ஷேப்புக்கு உங்களுக்கு மேட்ரிக்ஸ் கிடைச்சிடும். Draw it as a 7. 7 போடுற மாதிரி அந்த பேட்டர்னுக்கு you draw your table like this and you write the state names. When you are naming your state names, the 8 ரோல first left hand side எழுதும்போது you leave that A, first state விட்டுட்டு B C D E F G H I, B ல இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி எழுதுங்க left hand sideல rows. For columns you start from A and leave out the last state. Then you'll get all the combinations. Okay. Draw this table and numbering போட்டுக்கோங்க, naming பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Inside this table only you're going to mark what are all the states that are equivalent. Okay. As I told you, 9 states இருக்கிறதுனால you'll have 8 rows and 8 columns. So 8 rows cover ஆகிற மாதிரி ஒரு பெரிய L shape வரைஞ்சுக்கோங்க. Then you draw 7. 7ங்கிற ஷேப்ல வரைஞ்சிட்டே வந்தீங்கன்னா you will get your table ready. Then when you are writing the names, in the left hand side you leave the first state A விட்டுட்டு start from your second state onwards, B C D E F, like that. When you are naming your columns, you start from A till H. Okay, so we completed. Now one by one we are going to check out all the states. We are going to take all possible combinations of these 9 states and we are going to check whether they are equivalent or not. Okay. Here also I am going to start with the small in the basis step or level k is equal to 0. Easily we found something like that. Like that here also we have one first initial step where very easily we can say that you just analyze what are all the accepting states in your diagram. What are all the accepting states in your diagram? One of you can type in the chat box. What are all the accepting states? In your diagram, you have to analyze what are all the accepting states and what are all the non-accepting states. Then we can easily fill in some of the entries here. So there are 3 accepting states, is it not? C, F and I. So C, F and I, they are accepting. All other states are non-accepting. Yes, C, F and I, they are accepting. It means that all the other states, they are non-accepting, is it not? So straight away, when you are comparing one accepting state with a non-accepting state, we can say that they are distinguishable states. Okay. So in the problem full நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்னா ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட்டா எடுத்துக்க போறோம். ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு அந்த ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட்டும் ஈக்குவலண்டா டிஸ்டிங்விஷபிளான்னு பார்க்க போறோம். And when you are taking these two states, அதுல ஒரு ஸ்டேட் அக்செப்டிங் ஆவும் ஒரு ஸ்டேட் நான் அக்செப்டிங் ஆவும் இருந்துச்சுன்னா straight away you can tell that they are distinguishable. Okay, can you understand? Straight away you can define, you can compare an accepting and non-accepting state, and straight away you can say that they are all distinguishable states. Okay, so now I'm just comparing all the accepting state with non-accepting states. So the C, F, I, they're all accepting states, is it not? So C, I'm comparing C with all other non-accepting states. So compare C with A, C with B, C with D, C with E, C with H, G, and C with H. Compare C with all non-accepting states. So remember, I'm comparing accepting and non-accepting. C oda ella combination எழுதிருக்கேன்னு நினைக்க கூடாது. I didn't compare C with F and C with I. Okay, are you all listening? You have to compare your accepting state with all other non-accepting states. C நான் போய் F ஓடையும் I ஓடையும் compare பண்ணல. Okay, this is your first step. So here I compare only one accepting state with all other non-accepting states. Do not compare two accepting states. Okay, so compare C with all other non-accepting states, and then F is an accepting state. Compare F with all other non-accepting states. A, B, D, E, G, and H. They are all non-accepting. And then compare I. I is an accepting state. Compare I with all the non-accepting states in your DFA. So just I've written the states here. Okay, just I've written the states. I now declare that all these states are distinguishable. Since one is an accepting, another is a non-accepting, these combinations, whatever we have written in our slide now, whatever we have written at this step, they are all distinguishable states. Okay, can you understand? Can you all understand? When you are comparing one accepting state with a non-accepting state, straight away you can define that it is non-accepting. Okay, C and A, sorry, they are distinguishable. C and A, they are distinguishable states. When I compare C and B, they are distinguishable because C is accepting and B is non-accepting. C is accepting and D is non-accepting. So C and D, they are distinguishable. So if they are distinguishable, in the table of distinguishabilities, I will mark an into. So in the row and column specified by C, A, we are just going to check out the row and column of C, A, C, B, C, D, and we are going to mark an into there. Okay, we are going to mark an into there in your table of distinguishabilities. Okay, so now you have drawn the table once, is it not? Every time you need not draw the table. Once if you have drawn the table, you have to go and fill in data in that table. So now you go and mark an into in the place of C and A, C, A. In C, row C and column A, you mark an into mark in your table. Already you have drawn a table, is it not? In that table, you draw an into mark for all these combinations, CA and then CB. Okay, for CA, CB, and then for CD. CD, where is CD? You go and search C and D. So here you're having a C here and D here. So in CD, you mark an into. And then CE. So C followed by E, mark an into here. And then you're having CG. CG is also distinguishable, mark an into mark there. And then CH, mark an into mark there. Okay, so like that you're going to mark the distinguishable states, and then go for F, F, A. Okay, so F, A also you're going to mark an into mark here. So whatever we have written here in the first step, that is comparing and accepting and non-accepting state, mark as a distinguishable. So F, A, and then F, B. F, B is also distinguishable, and then F, D and F, E. So F, D, F, E, they are also distinguishable. Mark an into. Okay, this table you are going to draw only once. Already you have drawn, is it not? Mark into mark there. And then F, E, we have marked F, G. So G, F is here. So FG or GF, you can use it anyway. Okay, and then F, H, mark an into. And then go to I comma A, I comma B, everything you mark it as distinguishable states. Draw an into mark there. I comma F, I, G, I, H. So in all these places, you're going to mark the into mark. It means that they are all distinguishable. So only if you are identifying all the distinguishable states, after that you have some empty places here, is it not? Now after marking this first step, you have so many empty slots. Now you have to manually find out whether the other combinations like all the empty combinations like AB, AD, AE, AG, AH, whatever is empty here, all these combinations we are going to check out manually and find out whether they are equivalent or distinguishable. We are going to apply the definition. In the first slide I showed you a definition, is it not? Definition for finding the equivalence. In P and Q, if you are applying the same string, they must go to accepting state. Like that we are going to analyze. If so, they are equivalent. If there is any deviation, one is going to accepting, another one is going to non-accepting, you can say they are distinguishable. Okay. So up to this, have you all completed? Have you all marked the distinguishabilities in your table? So in the first step, we have marked distinguishabilities like this. Does not mean that by empty இருக்கிறது எல்லாமே equivalent ன்னு கிடையாது. You have to compare once again all the remaining slots. We'll go to the next step. So we'll compare C and F. So I'm comparing the accepting states. So in the previous step, we compared the accepting with non-accepting. We left out some of the states like F and I. We didn't compare F and I, is it not? We'll compare that first. We'll compare the accepting states. We'll compare C and F. So when you are comparing your C and F, you have to go to your diagram. Okay, I'm comparing C and F. Go to your diagram. Okay, I will take that slide. You go and analyze C and F in your DFA diagram. We'll check whether they are equivalent or not. So how to analyze? Okay, I hope you're all listening. So we are going to compare C and F. Okay, there are these two states are here. I'll teach you how to check whether these are equivalent or not. So in C, I have to apply a string. So in your question, they won't give the string. You have to take the string on your own. Okay, string will not be given. In the string apply pannunga, and the string apply pannunga kudukka matanga. You have to try your own strings. Adu namma ishtam da. Okay, so apply a string. For example, 0. C, 0 kudutha enna state podunu parunga. So it is D, but in this problem we check whether it is an accepting or non-accepting state. Okay, so don't bother whether it is a D or E or F. We check whether it is accepting or non-accepting. Nama problem and the notion la da paakanum. You have to check whether it is an accepting or non-accepting state. So in C, on giving a 0, you get a non-accepting state. So check out for state F. In state F, on giving a 0, you go to non-accepting. So in both the cases, you're going to non-accepting state. But according to your definition, for all possible strings, the transitions must be similar. Okay. For example, I'll take this strings 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros. You apply 3 zeros. C, 0, 0, 0. You're going to an accepting state. Okay. You can take any string. I'm taking this string C, 0, 0, 0. It's going to accepting state. Apply the same string 000 on F also. So F, 0, 0, 0, it goes to F, 0, 1, 0 goes to G, and second 0 we go to H, and then on the third 0 we go to I. So in state F also, on giving 3 zeros, we go to an accepting state. In C also, on giving 3, 0, we go to accepting state. Okay. So we cannot stop here. Once again, you check for any other combinations. Check for 1. Apply the string 1 on both the states. So in C, give a 1. It goes to non-accepting. In F, give a 1. It goes to non-accepting. Or give any other string 0, 1. 0 followed by 1. It goes to non-accepting. F, 0, 1. It goes to non-accepting. So like that, you can apply any string. Okay. But for whatever string you are giving, or whatever string you're applying on both the states, if the transitions are similar, then you can conclude that they are similar states, they are equivalent states. Okay, so therefore we can say that C and F, they are equivalent. So whatever string we are applying on these two states, your transitions were similar. Okay. So I'll tell you how to write it in your problem. So you write these statements. I've taken sample strings like this, C comma 0 1. So when you are testing the equivalence of C and F, we write del of C comma 1 is equal to. So this is a definition. Is it not? Del of P comma W, like that they were defining. We are writing it as del of C comma the string. The same string you have to apply on F also. Del of F comma the same string 0 1. So you see what state you are getting. C comma 0 1 it was H, and F comma 0 1 it is B. Refer your diagram. You go and refer your diagram. So for all these combinations, you had similar thing, non-accepting state. And when you are applying C comma 0 0 1 also, you got I accepting state, and in the same string 0 0 1, when you are applying on F, you analyze your diagram. In F on giving a 0 0 1, what you are getting? In state F on giving a 0 0 1, you just check out in your diagram. In state F on giving a 0 0 1, on giving a 0 it goes to G, another 0 it goes to H, on giving a 1 it goes to C. That is the accepting state. Okay, so both the transitions are similar here also. If you're applying string 101, apply 101 on both C and F. If you're applying 101, you analyze your diagram. In C and F, apply 101. What you're getting? So in C, on applying 1, you go to H. On giving 0 from there, you go to I. Once again, on giving a 1, we go to E. So it is a non-accepting state. The same string you apply on F also. It is 101. So on giving a first one, we go to B. On giving a 0, you go to C. And on giving another one, we go to H. It is a non-accepting state. So in both the cases, the transitions are non-accepting. So like that, it is enough if you are writing for 3 samples. For equivalent states, for any number of string, the transitions must be similar. But it is enough if you are writing for 3 strings. Okay, then you just manually analyze without writing. You analyze the diagram for other possibilities also. For single length string like 0, apply 0 on both C and F. Apply 1 on both C and F, or apply 1 1 on both C and F. If the transitions are similar, then you can write they are equivalent, and you mark a tick in your table. Okay, you can mark a tick in your table. Now you go to your table and mark a tick in C and F. It means that C and F, they are equivalent states. Okay. So simply by seeing for one string, you must not conclude for equivalence. For equivalence, you have to check for maximum number of possibilities. So next we will compare C and I. I is also an accepting state. So we are comparing I. Compare C and I. They are all accepting. Here also you apply the string, any possible strings like 0 0. Here in the first step, I have applied 0 0 on both C and I. So in C, on applying a 0 0, where you are going? On applying first 0, we go to D. On applying the second 0, we go to E. It is non-accepting. So in state I also, you apply 0 0. So on first 0, we go to A, and on the second 0, we go to B. So it is also non-accepting. Okay, so like that, you apply for any possible string. If their transitions are similar for any cases, we can conclude that they are also equivalent, and you can mark C and I as equivalent states. Okay, you can mark that in your table. So one after the other, when you are comparing, you fill it in your table. Okay, so C and I, they are equivalent states. So we'll see for the next step. So after filling this, we have compared all the accepting states. Now come back to the remaining empty slots. Compare A with B. So you see what are all the empty slots in your table. A comma B, A comma D, A comma E, A G, A H, they're all empty. So let's start from A comma B. Compare A and B. So you can take any string. I'm taking 0 0. So here the risk is how we are choosing the string to find out distinguishability. Okay, our task is to prove distinguishability. Equivalence, sometimes we may make mistake and simply we will write it is equivalent. But Your task is to identify the distinguishable states. Okay, you have to identify the distinguishable states. So in that case, how to find whether two states are distinguishable is, it depends on how you choose your string. Okay, all of you go and refer your diagram. You take your diagram, I will tell you how to choose a string. So simply I didn't write 0, 0. Okay, simply I didn't write 0, 0 here. I analyze the diagram and then only I choose the string. So we are comparing A and B, is it not? So from A, there is a trick to find out the string. Okay, from A, I choose any one of the final state. Okay, I'll choose any one of the final state and I'll choose the string. So for example, I'll see on what string I can reach an accepting state. So on applying 0, 0, I can reach an accepting state. Is it not? You analyze the diagram. From I'm comparing A and B, but to choose a string, I will I will have my target state as an accepting state. Okay. So A, on state A, on giving a 0, 0, I can go to an accepting state. You try to apply the same string on B also, 0, 0. So apply the same string 0, 0 on B. What you're getting? You're getting a D, which is a non-accepting. Okay. So like this, to choose a string easily, this is one trick. From a particular state, you choose a string in such a way that you are reaching an accepting state. Okay, like that you can choose a string. So that's why I chosen 0, 0 here. Okay, so in applying 0, 0 here, you're getting accepting to A, and on B, when you're applying, you're getting non-accepting state. So you can be the distinguishable states and mark an into here. Mark an into symbol here. Then compare A with D. Compare A with D. Go to a diagram. Can any one of you tell a string where they can differ? You have to identify a string such that they differ. Okay. Such that they should differ. Like that, you just check whether A and D they are equivalent or distinct. Apply some strings on your on these two states A and D. A apply 0, 0. It goes to accept state. In D also you apply 0, 0. It goes to accept it. So try with some other string. Apply 1, 0. In A you apply 1, 0. It goes to non-accepting. In D you apply 1, 0. It goes to non-accepting. So they might be equivalent. You compare with so many strings. Other possibilities also they are equivalent. Okay. A and D are equivalent. So whatever string you are getting, to go to the same combination. So A and D they are equivalent. We mark it in that place. Compare A with E. Next step we compare A with E. So to compare A with E. I give one hint. In state A, giving a 0, 0, you are going to accepting state. Or choose another state. State E, on giving a 0, you go to accepting state E. Apply 0, a single 0 on both states. Apply a single 0 on A and E. What the output you are getting? In A, giving a 0, you go to non-accepting. E, on giving 0, you go to accepting. So it differs. Okay, so you can say that is distinguishable. That is so combinations also. When you are applying another string for 0, 0 also, they will go differ. Okay, on state A, on giving a 0, 0, it goes to accepting. In E, on giving 0, 0, it goes to non-accepting. So you can say that they are distinguishable. Okay, so time is up, so we can complete today's thing. We'll continue with the same problem in the next class also. Okay, so you just go through and try to solve. Here, this slide I have compared AG and AH also. This is the method. Just try to solve. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Otherwise, tomorrow we solve the remaining steps. Already time is up. It's not. So you just revise both tomorrow. We solve the same problem tomorrow once again. Okay. Okay, but time is up. You can go and join for the next class. So you just go through tomorrow for the things. Okay. Tomorrow I give no problem and an assignment. I give problems as homework. Now we will end up this. Okay. You can go on for next class. What is the next class now? The next class.